Welcome to another edition of Flying the Metal Flag. I just had the great thrill of talking to Ali, the rapper extraordinaire of Zebrahead, and they're about to tour Australia. And I'll just read out the dates just very quickly because there's quite a few of them because they're doing a very big tour here of Australia next month, which is October. So on Tuesday, the 7th of October, they're playing Perth at the Amplifier. Then Thursday, the 9th of October, they'll be playing Adelaide at the Lion Hearts Factory. And then on Friday, the 10th of October, they're playing Melbourne, of course, which is the capital of my state, at Max Watts. And then Saturday, the 11th of October, they're playing Sydney at the Crowbar. And then they're playing the Crowbar again in Brisbane, though, on Sunday, the 12th of October. It's going to be some huge shows. Zebrahead, they always bring it. So please sit back and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. This is Ali of Zebrahead on Flying the Metal Flag.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. G'day, Ali.
How you doing, Craig?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks, mate. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, fantastic. So how things going, mate?
Good. We just got home. We were in Las Vegas yesterday, and so I'm a little still recovering from my trip. So but I'm doing good.
Beautiful. Well, first of all, welcome to my show. It's called Welcome. Sorry, it's not called Welcome. It's called Flying the Metal Flag. Now, I know you're not a metal band, but you're metal to me because I've got to say you're a band that brings so much energy. In fact, I have to say you're one of the coolest bands around, really,
Oh
because of the
man.
energy and the spirit that you guys bring is fantastic. So it's been a 7 year wait for us to have you guys back in Australia. We're very much looking forward to it. I'm guessing you are the same too.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We have been talking about this upcoming trip for months now, and we can't wait to come over there in a few weeks. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Well, I've got to say, I don't think there's a lot of bands that have fused rap with punk, but it works so beautifully. So how did the idea come about?
Um, so basically, when we were kids, Ben and I were in high school together, and I played basketball, and he was a surfer, skater kind of kid, and he used to only listen to mainly like metal and punk and stuff. And all my friends on the basketball team, all we listened to was rap music. So when we would hang out, Ben would he was also a bass player, and so he would take me to his rehearsal studio, and he'd play like old Cypress Hill like bass lines, and I'd go up there and like do like insane in the membrane, like I do old Cypress Hill songs with them. And so I met his friends that were also musicians through him at his rehearsal spot. And eventually, like they would all get together and play like, I don't know, hip hop like vibe music, and I'd go up there and rap Tribe Called Quest songs just and stuff. And one day, they were like, "Hey, let's have you do write a verse, and then we're gonna put your verse in with a pop chorus just to see what it sounds like." And it kind of worked really easily. It wasn't very difficult as far as making it sound cohesive. So we just started jamming together, not ever thinking that we were gonna do it for a career or anything. And then one day, Ben's band was releasing an album. They had recorded an album, and he said, "Hey, for the release show, you want to come up and do that song we did where you do the verse rap, and then we'll have the big chorus, pop chorus, and in between bands we'll go do that song because I think he liked playing the song." And I said, "Sure." So in between bands, we went up and did this one song, and the way the crowd reacted to that one song, Ben was like, "Hey, dude, let's try to write more songs. What do you think?" And I was at home for a year from college, staying back with my mom and dad. I was applying to go to medical school, so I went back home to study for the MCAT, which is a test we have to take here to get in. And so I was staying at my mom and dad's house, and he lived really close to them. So we just whenever I wasn't studying, I'd go hang out with him, and we'd like write music, him and the other guys. And eventually we played us a few local venues, and one of the guys that ran the local venue was like, "Hey, I have a friend, he's a manager, and I think he'd like be really interested in you guys if this is something you'd want." And we said, "Sure." And the guy came down, and the next time we played, he had 12 record labels there with him. And we got super lucky, and we got a deal with Columbia. And so we just, at that point, went in and kind of started learning how to write music. And Howard Benson was the producer that worked with us. And he was instrumental in kind of helping us figure out our sound and like becoming more professional. And that's kind of how it started. So it was kind of an accident, honestly.
Wow, what a great producer to work with, though.
Oh, I know. I know. Howard's the best. And our manager, Todd Singerman, and Howard had been friends forever. So it was like a very family oriented vibe. Like everybody was close. Like we would hang out with his kids and his wife. Yeah, it was such a great time. And when I look back on it,
Oh, wow. So you were studying medicine, were you?
yeah, yeah. Like all my friends are now like doctors and dentists and have like real important jobs.
Oh,
So,
wow. So
yeah.
where were you? Which path were you following in medicine?
So I hadn't really decided on what I wanted to specialize in at that time. I just was um, my main goal was getting into medical school, you know. So um, and luckily during that time of going back home and kind of just studying a lot, I started hanging out with Ben again, and you know he got me into the more into music, and it kind of took off that way.
Wow. This is an unbelievable story, isn't it, really?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Incredible. Because we're grateful that you've given us Zebrahead.
Oh man, yeah, I got so lucky. You know, meeting the guys and in general, like meeting Howard and Todd, who you know got us a record deal, and we've been doing this. It's going to be 30 years, Craig, coming up this year. So it's been a
30
long
years.
time.
Oh, it's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And you're pumping out, like, your albums get better and better each time. Like,
Oh,
I
thank you,
thought
man.
I thought the EPs were cleverly titled 3, 2, 1 because it makes people want to collect them.
Yeah,
Because once you get number 3, you have to get 2 and 1, don't you?
sure. Yeah, you can't stop now. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna go negative numbers now. So
So how did the name Zebrahead come about?
So remember I said Ben's band was playing and he's like, come up and do one song with us. He calls me the night before. He's like, hey, I have to put a name on the flyer. What should we call ourselves? And I had just rented this Oliver Stone movie called Zebrahead. And it was sitting on, it was a VCR. It was sitting on my uh, TV. And I just saw it. And I'm like, why don't we just call ourselves Zebrahead and then we'll change it later? And he's like, great. And so we just put it on the flyer as Zebrahead, and then it just never. We were so lazy, we never changed.
The name stuck pretty well, hasn't
Yeah, yeah.
it?
It was kind of random.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. It's like all the pieces just fit together quite nicely, hasn't it?
Yeah, looking back, it feels way more calculated than it was. You know.
And I like too how there's so much positivity about your music too. Has that always been an intention with your music as well?
Yeah, I think you know. As far as the group goes, all five of us kind of write together, and um, overall, I feel like we're pretty I wouldn't say like necessarily always optimistic or happy, but overall, like that's the vibe when we're all hanging out together. So I think it just comes through in the music, you know?
So you also mentioned as well with Cypress Hill, who else has been a big influence with you as probably not just a rapper, but as a musician as a whole too?
You know, I think like the Beastie Boys. had a huge part in the way I got into not only hip hop, but like they were rapping about like them in A Tribe Called Quest. It was like they were rapping about like normal everyday stuff. It wasn't like because I was also like heavily into like Ice Cube and Easy E, which was more like gangster rap. And I personally, I didn't relate to that aspect of it, but I love the aggression. And then like the Beastie Boys and Tribe Called Quest kind of took that away from the gangster rap to more like rapping about everyday stuff. So, and then when the Beastie Boys did that like punk album, that was really kind of eye opening for me too, to be like, oh, rap artists can come into this different style of music and make it sound cool. So Beastie Boys, I would say a huge influence. And not only that, I met Money Mark, who worked with the Beastie Boys for years, and I became friends with him, and he still to this day inspires me a lot. But I would say Beastie Boys for sure are top of that list for me.
Oh yeah. How many great albums have they produced?
No, I don't think they had one bad one, honestly.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Um, and of course, Kerry King played on one of their album songs too, of course, didn't he?
Well, randomly we were in England somewhere like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and my friend who sings in the band, Adrian, texts me. He's like, "Hey, come to the bar, dude. Kerry King is here." I was like, dude, I'm in bed. It's too late for me. But we've met Kerry King a few times in our career. I think we played a festival with Slayer and Motorhead, and he was friends with Lemmy, and we had the same manager as Lemmy, so we have known Lemmy for a very long time.
Oh
So
wow.
Lemmy, yeah, brought us into their dressing room, and we sang "Happy Birthday" took and a birthday cake for him. So it's just kind of a crazy little like what is it, 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but I guess 7 degrees of Lemmy Kilmister with him. So yeah, we've been fortunate enough to like be able to actually hang out with that guy, and he's so cool.
Oh, beautiful. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
So, are you working on any new material at the moment?
Yeah, actually, we are in the process of we're going in to record some songs coming up here. It's just been we've been getting very lucky and getting some good tours. So we write at home and then go tour for a few weeks, come back and work on songs, go tour. And it's been kind of that's what we've been doing for the last like 6 or 7 months. But after Australia, we've kind of set a thing that we're gonna finish the songs and go record them. So we should hopefully have everything done close to summer next summer to release. So there'll be new music coming.
Oh, fantastic. I think we're all looking forward to that. I guess one question I want to ask you is what did you think of new metal when that really exploded?
Um, it, so for me, I feel like Limp Bizkit kind of is that the
Yeah.
vibe. Yeah, I love Limp Bizkit. Even like when we were kind of coming up at the same time. We were doing like in America, we were doing like radio shows, and they were like on the same bill. So I got to see them a few times, and it's just the energy I feel with new metal was something that everybody kind of related to on some level. Um, and so for me, I always thought it was cool because it made me want to move, it made me want to, you know, be excited about music. And now I feel like even to this day, like Limp Bizkit is playing a bunch of the festivals again. And this the way the crowd is so hyped on them and the energy they bring. Um, obviously not every band is going to be like my favorite, but for the most part, I feel like I appreciate, I try to appreciate like something about every kind of music, whatever, try to figure out what is uh, kind of I relate to. And with new metal, it was just the energy and the like raw like emotion of it. So I
Yeah,
always
because
loved
it's
it.
getting a resurgence now, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because for a while there it sort of really died,
yeah.
really really
Well,
bad
rock
death,
music
really.
in general here, like I don't know, I felt like it's been a while since we've had any like huge uh rock bands. that are like that, But I do now that I see like Limp Bizkit and Korn and all these bands doing these huge shows again, I feel like it is making a resurgence.
Yeah, and that's good because we need that in especially for rock, don't we?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Because it is the best brand of music, isn't it?
Absolutely. And hip hop.
Yeah, oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, that's celebrated its 40th anniversary. When was it? About 2 years ago, wasn't it? Or was it last
So,
year?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And that's given us some great names too. Like
absolutely.
Grandmaster Flash was always big in my book too.
Yeah, yeah. Like all the New York stuff, like even related Wu-Tang, obviously, Method Man, like, Tribe, it's always, the people that come before you inspire you to do better, I think.
Yeah, and it's very poetic as well, rap, especially
Yeah.
in the beginning. Yeah, for sure. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been really great talking to you, mate. I'm looking forward to these live shows, mate, because
Are
you're
you
really
coming?
going to
Are you
bring it
coming
to
to any?
Australia, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. If you come to a show, let's meet up. We'll have a beer or something.
That sounds good, mate. So my last question, I always ask it is, what's the best thing about metal? But I think I have to reword it and ask you, what's the best thing about rap, hip hop?
I think in general, like as far as hip hop or any kind of music, what's really cool about it is anybody who listens to it, I think in some way they see a reflection of themselves in the music or in the lyrics, and it allows you to kind of feel like you're part of something that's bigger. And I feel like that's a really important thing that music does for everybody, whether it's rap or rock or new metal. And I feel like that's been the case for me, and I think that's never going to change for me as a fan of music. So
Oh, fantastic, mate. I agree with you too. I'm just going to read out the dates so that everyone's got them, mate. So
okay.
Zebrahead is touring this coming October. Tuesday, the 7th of October, they're playing Perth at the Amplifier. And then on Thursday, the 9th, they're playing Adelaide at Lionheart Arts Factory. And then on Friday, the 10th of October, they're playing, of course, the capital of my state, Melbourne, Max Watts. And then Saturday, the 11th of October, the next day, Sydney at the Crowbar. And then they're playing the Crowbar in Brisbane on the next day, on the 12th of October, Sunday in Brisbane. It's going to be a huge show, huge shows, mate. Zebrahead, you always bring it, my friend.
Thanks, Craig. I appreciate you taking time to do this, man. And hopefully I'll see you in Melbourne, huh?
Yeah, no worries, mate. It's going to be unreal, man. I've been listening to Zebrahead non-stop since this interview's been booked, so
Oh, brother.
I
I
love every
appreciate
minute
that.
of it.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much, Craig.
No worries, mate. Will you take care and yeah. I have to say I wish you and the band the very best with everything you do and the new music as well.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And again, thanks for taking time.
No worries. Thank you for your time. All the best, mate.
See you, brother.
See you, mate. Bye. Thank you so much for watching this interview here on Flying the Metal Flag. I really hope you enjoyed it, and so does Ben. So we would greatly appreciate it if you click the like button, or even better, subscribe to this channel because there's so many interviews that are coming soon. So please stick around for them and even more, and even the ones that are here already. So please take care and keep it excessive, but most of all, let your metal flag fly high.